Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel where gaming and anime is my specialty. And today we're going to be talking about these three members that worked under Kizuki Muzen, or Muzen Kizuki, however you want to say it, but I'm going to just call him Muzen for the sake of this video. So these three members, Kyoga, Yahaba, and Susumaru, these three individuals worked under Muzen, but they weren't official or technically members of the 12 Kizuki, or 12 Demon Moons. Well, Kyoga was, but I'll get into more in depth in a minute. But basically I want to analyze these three demons' abilities, their character, and overall their goals throughout the Demon Slayer anime. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's talk about first Kyoga. Kyoga was technically a member. He was an actual member of the 12 Demon Moons, or he was. But the only reason I throw him in the same category as Yahaba and Susumaru as a non-Demon Moon member was because when we first met him, when we were introduced to his character, he was not his status was not Demon Moon. His status was ex-Demon Moon, or he was a Demon Moon. Meaning, like, when we met him, he was no longer a Demon Moon. Because he had got kicked out of the 12 Kizuki because of, he was not strong enough. Muzen was not happy with his progress because he was not strong enough to be worthy of the title of 12 Kizuki. So he got kicked out. Muzen slashed his right eye, leaving an X mark over his kanji symbol for the letter 6. That was his ranking. He was the 12 Kizuki of the lower ranking 6th. So out of all the 12 Demon Moons, he was the lowest ranking. So Tanjiro and Zensu had to go into this house because a kid, well, he was holding a kid hostage, or actually I think it was multiple kids, but one, got out but died. Kyoga wanted to consume them because they were known as Maorechi, as he called them, and they had humans with rare blood. He believed that if he ate enough Maorechi, he could get stronger and can get back his title of 12 Kizuki. But I already mentioned earlier that Muzen deemed him as being too weak, so then he made an X. He kicked him out while leaving an X scar over his eye. And in shame, Kyoga started to roll back his eye so it wouldn't show. Now his backstory. Kyoga, after becoming a demon, some unknown person was basically lecturing or belittling his writing because he said it was too boring. Basically just being, a real jerk and just belittling everything Kyoga liked to do. But what really ticked off Kyoga and pushed him to his breaking point was when as he started leaving, he stepped purposefully on his writings, and that irritated Kyoga, which caused him to use his drum technique to kill him. Now while I'm on the topic of the drum technique, let me explain the drum technique. The drum technique. Kyoga, along with his tall, muscular demeanor, he has drums over his body. He has a drum on his right shoulder, which with tapped causes the room to spin right. He has a drum on his left shoulder, which causes the room to spin left. A drum on his right leg, which causes the room to spin forward. A drum on his left leg, which causes the room to spin backwards. And then he has one on his stomach area, which if it's tapped causes a 3-claw slash to appear. He also has one on his back, which when he taps it, it can either teleport him or someone else to a different room within the mansion. Now, his ultimate technique, which was used in the final showdown with him and Tanjiro, was his rapid drumming, which basically it increased the speed of his drumming techniques and it powered up his claw attack from a 3-claw to a 5-claw slash attack. But Tanjiro ends up overcoming his bad situation and ends up chopping his head off, killing him. But in his final moments, Tanjiro treated him with respect and said that his blood demon art was amazing, therefore leaving Kyoga with a sense of peace before he died. But that's it for Kyoga. Let's move on to the two duo, Yahaba and Susumaru. So Susumaru, she is a female, pale, kind of like skinny demon. She has cat-like pupils and black hair with orange-colored ends. She has bangs over her forehead. She also wears a pair of long silver earrings and an orange kimono that matches her hair. She wears a black kimono on the top, but takes both of those off once she enters battles when she gets more serious when fighting. Her personality, she is very smiling and enjoys battles. She's different from Yahaba's seriousness though. Their relationship, Yahaba and Susumaru's relationship, reminds me a lot like Hidan and Kakazu's from Naruto. They really remind me like them a lot. Now let's talk about Susumaru's history or her backstory. Susumaru used to be a young girl who enjoyed playing handball before Muzan turned her into a demon. And he implanted her with a desire to want to become a member of the 12 Kizuki and to basically want to make Muzan proud and cater to his every need. He also implanted a type of curse within her, which led to her death, but I'll go into more in detail on that in a minute. So her Tamari handballs, that is her main ability, or the main thing that was used to attack Tanjiro and the gang. Susumaru, she possesses incredible physical strength, and her fighting style is completely around using her Tamari balls. It's her blood demon art. And it's very simple, really, actually. When you take out Yahaba in her had a tag team ability. But when you take out Yahaba helping her ability is very simple. So all she does is the ability to summon extremely dense and strong Tamari balls at will, and as many as she wants, or I guess as many as she can hold. But it used to be in conjunction with Yahaba's arrows. More on that in a minute. So Susumaru, she's able to summon these Tamari handballs at will, and she can throw them with such speed and power that it made her be able to cut Nezuko's foot clean off. As we've seen, we saw her able to throw up to 6 of these balls, 6 for each arm. And that's all she really does, is just for her to summon these Tamari balls and then throw them at will. Now the Muzan curse is basically, I guess, is that if she told the truth or something. Basically, all that happened was that she said Muzan's name, and then a bunch of demon arms sprouted from inside and out, end up basically ripping her up from the inside. It was quite brutal, actually. But Tanjiro treated her with respect in the end and handed her Tamari balls before she died. That's all for Susumaru. Simple technique, simple, very simple. But let's talk about Yahaba. Okay, so now let's talk about Yahaba. So Yahaba is the partner to Susumaru. They have their special tag team ability, which I will talk about more in a minute. So Yahaba, he is shown to be a gray, pale skinish demon with short brown hair. Is built similar to Susumaru. He has his eyes, instead of his eyes being in his eye sockets, it's in his hands. His hands, instead of his eyes being white, it's green, and then he has his actual color is orange, with people being the shape of an arrow. That's what his main ability is. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's kind of a form of body manipulation, sort of to what Susumaru did to grow extra arms, something like that. To have his eyes be in his hands, something like that. He wears like a green, I don't think it's a type of kimono. I think it's a kimono for like dudes, if I'm not mistaken, and it has like a black little coat type jacket, same as Susumaru. He also has a necklace with large blue pearls around it. His personality is about the same as Susumaru. They both live to serve Muzan, and eventually, hopefully, become a member of the 12 Kizuki. Now, while he is like Susumaru, their personalities are kind of different. As they made the comparison as with Kakazu and Hidan, he is kind of sort of like Kakazu, very serious and hates getting himself dirty. His main ability is the Blood Demon Art Kotetsu Arrow. With the long range ability, so basically he's like a long range fighter. He sits in the shadows and helps Tamari with the battle, which is their tag team ability, which I'm about to talk about right now. So basically, he has the ability to use his arrows to create arrows and then manipulate them by blinking his eyes that are on his hands. and he can manipulate any object he wishes by using his large red arrow. So basically, she brings the power and speed, and he brings the precision and accuracy. So that's the end. That's all for these 3 non-Demon Moon members, Kyoga, Susumaru, and Yahaba. I really wanted to make this video just because I feel like these guys were kind of underrated, and I wanted to just talk about them. I also wanted to stray away from just talking about mainly Zelda-related stuff. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.